Good morning, Cardano Army. It's your boy Boomin coming at you with yet another video, guys. Go ahead and do all the things that the algorithm likes for me. Good action-packed show for you today, guys. I'd like to give a wonderful shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Catherine B, Offlet LLC, Kragan, Feruzden, and Maryland for Crypto. Just a quick note, guys. If you are an active Patreon, please double check that you're still active. I got a couple messages. Some people were not on the Patreon list and they should have been. So these are all the current active Patreons that I have on the list right now. So make sure that you're active, and I will make sure that you get back on the list. Again, I apologize for any confusion. It's my fault, and I will fix it promptly. So if your name's supposed to be on the list here, please let me know, and I'll fix it ASAP, guys. I love y'all. Thank you so much for your wonderful support. And let's get into the show, guys. So real quick, let's take a look at the native asset market on Cardano. DeFi is the future. Not too much going on here. SNEC is kind of down a little bit today, about 0.19%, but up 95% as of 7 days, and up 127% in the past 30 days here. NTX is pumping 3.5% on the day, 9% 7 days, and then in the past 30 days, 55%. I think NTX is a Singularity Net token. So congrats to the Singularity Net team. Indy's up, Society's up, a couple coins here and there. SNEC continues to pump, but it's slightly down today. Taking a look at the trending coins, we can see here ADA continues this pump. Bank token continuing its pump, so it's good to see. The native asset market continues to grow. This is what we like to see. Let's keep chopping. Let's go ahead and move on. Now we got some important things to talk about here, guys. All right. This is ridiculous. All right. Now, I say this probably once a month, but nobody listens to me. Please, guys, make sure that you're not delegating to a retired stake pool. For the love of God, you're not getting any crypto. You're not getting any of that sweet, sweet passive income that you deserve. All right, please make sure you go ahead and delegate to OneCom. All right, they're going to make sure you get all those blocks. They're going to make sure you get all that sweet, sweet ADA each and every epoch that you don't want to miss. I don't want to say it's free money, but it's close to being free money as you possibly can get. All right, guys, so please make sure that the stake pool that you're delegating to is not retired. There's $51 million, 51 million ADA that's just being twisted in the wind, which is cool for me because, you know, that means more rewards for me. But I want to make sure that you guys get your rewards. So if you're in any of these pools, make sure, for the love of God, that you check your pool and delegate to OneCom. All right, ticker symbol 1COMM. Thank you to OneCom for sponsoring the channel. 0% fees until at least the end of December 2023. So you're going to be getting all that sweet passive income, guys. Thank you again to OneCom. Make sure that you're delegating to a unretired pool. All right. I know I say it every month, but people don't listen. So there you go. All right, guys, we got some Cody news here. Now, we're not going to read the whole thing. I'll be here stumbling over my words for an hour. But we got a Cody 2023 roadmap here. Let's dive in. So we got JED, obviously. Key features of JED: decentralized governance, stability, security, transparency, and accessibility. Another project worth mentioning is Cody, Global Cody, ERC20 token that will power the Cody ecosystem. The token will be used for the Cody network transactions, as well as staking and governance. We'll encourage users to participate in the Cody ecosystem by providing the means for Cody to fund future development growth. Cody is the governance token treasury. It is designed to provide users with stable, secure, easy to use digital currency that can be used for transactions on the Cody blockchain network. Offering stability, speed, security, accessibility, and interoperability, Cody aims to support the growth and adoption of the Cody network and its ecosystem of products and services. So this is pretty cool. So Cody speed, security, accessibility, and interoperability. Cody can be used for transactions on the Cody network as well as other blockchain networks that support the ERC20 standard. Interesting. All right. Next up, we got Treasury 2.0. This is another significant project on Cody's agenda. The current Treasury system will be upgraded, allowing Cody Network to allocate funds more efficiently and transparently. The new system will be more adaptable and customizable, allowing Cody to better manage its finances. Cody debuted its Treasury system in 2022 and was an instant success. This system combines the strengths of Cody's previous staking programs and the DeFi space to provide a highly efficient, adaptable system. Users can deposit any amount of Cody and earn rewards for their efforts. Cody intends to improve and expand its treasury program to benefit current participants as well as other network users and token holders. These enhancements will allow Cody to broaden its reach of its treasury system. Cody 2.0 provides businesses and organizations with a comprehensive set of tools and features to manage their treasury operations more efficiently. Cody 2.0 provides businesses with a modern, efficient treasury management system that leverages the benefits of blockchain technology by enabling businesses to manage their treasury operations more effectively. Automated financial management, decentralized financial instruments, and instant settlement and low fees. Take a sip of tea here. Tastes so good. Cody has recently published so this is Cody Pay Business. Cody has recently published the Treasury 2.0 light paper outlining improvements that will take the Treasury to the next level in fulfilling its potential. The forthcoming Treasury 2.0 will expand the use cases of the Treasury, including the ability to deposit new tokens, which will lead to an increase of the TVL. Cody Pay Business is a project designed to enable businesses to accept payments in cryptocurrencies. This will be a game changer for businesses that want to expand their customer base and offer more payment options. Cody Pay Business will be easy to use and will integrate seamlessly with existing payment systems, making a great option for businesses of all sizes. Some features include acceptance of multiple payment methods, Cody, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other major cryptocurrencies, ADA as well. Instant payments, low transaction fees, advanced security features, and integration with existing systems. And then we have Cody V2. Is an enhancement of the existing Cody protocol for cross-chain transactions. The new version will be faster, more secure, more efficient, allowing users to easily transfer cryptocurrencies between chains. This is especially important as the number of blockchains and cryptocurrencies grow, and users require a simple and secure way to transfer assets between networks. Cody V2 is designed at providing a scalable, user-friendly infrastructure for decentralized applications and payment processing. Cody V2 aims to provide a more efficient and user-friendly blockchain infrastructure for businesses and developers looking to build decentralized applications or process payments on the blockchain. We got Trust Chain, a directed acyclic graph ledger that enables fast, scalable transactions, multi-DAG, cluster nodes, Hydronet, feeless instant transactions. Cody V2 will function as a programming language that can effectively incorporate regulatory requirements and corresponding tools for regulatory bodies to utilize, resulting in artifacts and ensuring compliance with regulatory obligations, and many, many more. So that's just a glimpse of the Cody 2.0 roadmap, guys. 2023 roadmap. Excited for Cody. They released Jed, A2Pay, all that good stuff. So we will cover them as more information comes out. Let's go ahead and wrap things up, guys. So a lot of hoopla going on with the executive branch right now, clearly attacking crypto. Now, please take this with a grain of salt. I'll believe it when I see it. In politics, guys, there's a lot of talk, but very, very few action. All right, so a lot of people have been saying, oh, Gary Gensler's going to get fired, this, that, and the third. I'll believe it when I see it. When I read the headline, Gary Gensler out as SEC chair, I will rejoice, probably throw a party, probably get drunk. I don't know what I'll do, but we're going to be celebrating. We're going to be popping bottles. But until that day happens, you know, I'm not going to believe anything I read on the internet, especially I'm not going to believe anything on Twitter. But apparently there's been rumblings that the Biden team wants to shake up some chairs, cabinet position in the finance sector to take the heat for the economy before the next election. Janet Yellen tops the list. I don't think Biden's smart enough to do that, because right now, I don't see how this man wins. I don't see how this man wins another if he wins, it's rigged, bro. I don't want to get political on this channel. Sorry if there's any Biden fanboys watching right now, but you gotta say this man is horrible, bro. Like, before he came in, bull run, people were getting money, things were going crazy. After he comes in, job loss, multiple banks collapsed. Like, come on, man. Buddy fumbled the bag. Let's be completely honest here. So I'll believe it when I see it. Apparently, plenty of big ticket donors who he's screwed over have mentioned Gensler as well. Even the ones who agreed with his stance on crypto are quote unquote embarrassed by his approach. Starting to look like Warren, Yellen, and Gensler brought down the hammer too hard even for their own party. Political agendas abound. I would have guessed that both Powell and Yellen would be on the chopping block. But Gensler's lack of professionalism is rubbing his own party the wrong way, so tides are turning. Gary Gensler's horrible. But even if he is canned, he's probably going to get a cushy job making millions of dollars a year doing something else, being an unelected bureaucrat and screwing that up. He's going to be fine. Gary Gensler will never have to worry about money ever again. He's going to be doing just fine. He doesn't care about the damage that he does to us. He's fine. He's insulated. A lot of these people, a lot of these unelected bureaucrats, they're insulated. They don't have to worry about anything. So what if they crash the economy? They've got millions of dollars from their buddies. They're going to be totally fine. So, if we keep highlighting the absurdity of his approach, he may get reined in. Of course, we always get these types of rumors and strategy talks before a re-election, so it's hard to say what weight it holds, but it's clear that the most connected donors are starting to talk, and they should. Gary Gensler is ruining lives right now. Gary Gensler and his ham-fisted policies are destroying markets. He should not be allowed to continue. And if it was up to me, and if I was the president, Buddy would be working at McDonald's by the time I'm done with him. He gonna be taking orders at Mickey D's. How can I help you? Do you want fries with that? But it's not the way the world works. He's got friends in powerful places, so he's gonna be A-okay with his buddies. Probably he's drinking mimosas right now. With his DC buddies laughing at us. But just the way it is. Let's take a look at this here. Wolf of Wall Street's fire Gary Gensler. That's going to be the new motto. This man needs to get up out of here. And hopefully we make that happen. So let's take a look at this wonderful video by Wolf of Wall Street's. And then we're going to wrap it up.
With that kind of news.
I think it has been becoming more mainstream for quite a long time. And this isn't BlackRock's first foray into the space. They've already been working with Coinbase to allow their high net worth clients to have access to Bitcoin and other crypto assets. So there's nothing really new here. Listen, after the FTX collapse, I actually sent a tweet out that said, watch, Wall Street's about to sweep in and buy up our industry for pennies on the dollar. And it seems that what we have now is legislators and regulators pushing this industry into the comfortable hands of Wall Street and getting rid of the crypto incumbents like Coinbase and Binance that they view as a threat. So as good as this may be for institutional adoption of the space, it kind of violates the ethos. And it's a bit of a dishonest push away from the people who actually built the crypto industry in the United States. We've already seen a number of spot ETFs rejected over and over and over again. It's being litigated with Grayscale in the courts right now against the SEC. I wouldn't be surprised to now see BlackRock move from the back of the line to the very front very quickly.
Right, and so that's what I was going to ask, actually. When it comes to some of the Bitcoin ETFs that we've already seen filed for review and approval, we've seen it for multiple years. They get filed, there's a hefty comment period, it essentially just ends up on the cutting room floor somewhere or just kind of gets held in obscurity or purgatory, whichever way you want to look at it. At the end of the day, you've got companies like Gemini, Van Eck, Grayscale as well that have put one forward. So if you see a BlackRock now moving forward with this, aren't they destined to take some type of legal action unless BlackRock's is, I guess, materially different?
I would think so, but legal action and crypto go hand in hand at this point. I think we can see that we've seen regulators coming after the crypto industry going after the regulators. So yes, I think that would be par for the course. I can't imagine how they can justify approving a BlackRock ETF without the others. And as I mentioned, Grayscale is currently in litigation to get their GBTC Bitcoin Trust moved and transferred and converted into an ETF, which has been strangely rejected. There's no rational reason that we should not have a spot ETF for Bitcoin. That would actually protect consumers, which is the mandate of the SEC. It would be a great move forward. But they gave us a futures ETF, which is an inferior product that was approved, a year and a half ago. We have a couple of those that basically just don't track spot accurately and are much worse for the consumers. So it's a real head scratcher why this hasn't happened. And I think it's just because of the activist approach that the SEC is taking towards the crypto industry.
So speaking of the SEC versus crypto, the SEC is coming down hard, cracking down on the industry. You have these lawsuits, whether we're talking about Binance or Coinbase. And one of the pieces that the heart of the issue is also the question of whether we're talking about a security or crypto as a security. What do you think about how the SEC is coming after the industry? Is this fair?
It's absolutely not fair. Gary Gensler needs to be fired immediately. And you've actually seen that the hashtag Fire Gary Gensler is trending, partially because of myself, partially because of my show, the Crypto Town Hall on Twitter Spaces. It's the biggest show in the world. We had Warren Davidson on, who's also been tweeting Fire Gary Gensler and has put forward the SEC Stabilization Act to do just that. Listen, Gary Gensler is embarrassed about his relationship with Sam Bankman-Fried, that he platformed FTX, was working with them on regulation, that he was going to give them a pass outside of this legislation that they were going to pass. And so he's embarrassed and he's overcorrecting massively in the opposite direction, trying to take an activist approach against the entire industry. It's absurd. It's unfair. It's probably illegal, and that will also be litigated in court. But the SEC is way out over their skis. It's Congress's job to determine what these assets are. And Gary Gensler can't even sit on the Congress floor and give the simple answer of whether Ethereum is a commodity or security when that question is pointed directly at him repeatedly. He refuses to give guidance because he would rather be vague and then just go ahead and deem everything a security without actually going after any of those platforms and protocols. It's completely absurd, and he needs to go.
So if he were to leave, then who would you want to see in leadership there?
Well, it's hard to know if the replacement would be better, but we know what we're working with, and we know that he's not acting in good faith. There are SEC commissioners who are extremely rational and have been in favor of freedom and doing the right thing for years. Hester Peirce is one of them. She's proposed for years the idea of safe harbor, which would allow any project to come in, register with the SEC, and they would have a 3-year period to prove that they're sufficiently decentralized and no longer a security before they can launch and be listed. That is an extremely sensible approach, the way that this should be viewed. We shouldn't be using the Howey test and securities laws from the 1930s and 40s to apply to digital assets that obviously just do not fit inside that framework. So yes, part of this is actually that Congress needs to act. They need to put a framework in place. And if you were to defend Gary Gensler, you would say that because the only tool that he has is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. But we all know, like I said, that he's overcorrecting because of his relationship with Sam Bankman-Fried, because there's egg on the face of legislators and regulators because of their relationship with him, and now retroactively punishing people for the actions of bad actors last year. Listen, do you think that the mandate of the SEC, which is to protect consumers, do you think they're doing that when they put out these actions and just list a bunch of random coins as securities without actually deeming why or going after them? And then those coins crash 30%, which many Americans are holding. Americans are losing money because of the actions of the SEC every single day.
Even as you're laying out how you would like to see crypto regulated right now too, and I guess as we figure out who would be the person to decide that regulation, if Gary Gensler, to your, I guess, what you would like to see, if he gets removed at the end of the day, then from here on out, it's a question of if this BlackRock ETF goes forward, then clearly it's a security, probably. And then on the other side of that, what other regulation is there? Know your customer rules that you believe should be added on in addition to safe harbor? Like what are 3 things that you would like to see in regulation in crypto?
Sure. Well, you could say that the ETF itself will be a security, but Bitcoin is actually the one thing that is very clearly a commodity, and nobody is arguing over whether or not it is security. So it seems somewhat safe and largely under the purview of the CFTC. Safe harbor is a very reasonable thing. I think that we should see some of the great ideas that were proposed in the Lummis-Gillibrand bill last year, which apparently is coming back leaner and meaner, some stablecoin regulation, how stable coins should be allowed to be backed, because those are one of the killer use cases of crypto. KYC AML is already a huge thing in the crypto space. That problem has largely been solved. I can tell you that Americans largely are not able to register on platforms like Binance that are overseas. These are things that they're being accused of from 2018, 2019, when those things were much easier. The fact is, there's never been regulatory guidance in almost any jurisdiction for this industry. So it was either get started and then come into compliance or do nothing at all. And I think that most of these companies, platforms, exchanges are trying to do the right thing now when it's very obvious. They have the eyes of the world on them. They're not trying to, participate in illegal activity and do things that are non-compliant. So I would say absolutely KYC, AML are very, very important for these exchanges. Safe harbor is a exemplary idea, and getting some definition of what's a commodity and what's a security would certainly help.
Just very quickly, we got to go. Is Robinhood next? We've already seen Coinbase. We've already seen Binance get under the spotlight of the SEC. Is Robinhood next?
I'm terrible with my crystal ball, and I don't like to guess who might likely be next, but I will say that Robinhood is clearly getting ahead of this by delisting the very coins that were listed as securities in the Binance and Coinbase suits. Binance and Coinbase are really crypto-based platforms. Robinhood is a part of their business. So if anything, I would see maybe Robinhood sadly scaling back on that part of their business and coming into compliance. But I don't think that they'll see the same type of action that Binance and Coinbase and others are likely to see.
All right, we will have.
Agree with everything this man said. So we'll see how this thing shakes out, guys. Let's keep chopping wood. Thank you again to our wonderful Patreon subscribers, Catherine B, Offla, LSC, Kragan, Feruzden, Maryland for Crypto. Again, if your name is not up here and you think it should be, please let me know, and I'll fix that. I love you guys. Keep chopping. I'll talk to you soon with the Vechain and Cardano updates. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.